I guess we should do some kind of introduction here. This is a truck I've been working on. I picked this up in California there as a rust-free truck, and by George, the rust sure was free. But it's got some issues. Got some issues. Yes, it does. Uh, Down here, this area, when it got here, this was missing. See, it's not supposed to be that way. So a bit of problem there. Got the same kind of problem over here. Yes, indeed, we do. So I started calling around there and looking for somebody who could fabradoodle dandy up some front floor pans for me. So as I finally come across this fella, went by the name of Boyd something or other, wore a real snappy Hawaiian shirt, and he said he could do the job up for me real good. Bit of a catch though, his 3-year wait time, and he wanted $52,000 to build them little floor pans, and I said, Boyd, I'm sure your work is just fine and dandy and all, but gosh, I just don't have money for that. I already paid $22,000 for this truck the way it is, and I can't justify spending $52,000 on it for little floor pans. I gotta think about things like that. So I was a little put off there, would you believe? But gosh, I think we can come up with something ourselves for that price. I bet we could save ourselves upwards of $10,000 doing it by ourselves. So we're going to give it our best darndest try here and see what we come up with. Probably isn't the best camera angle here. It's the only camera angle you're gonna get. All right, well, we got our front toe boards or front floorboards or lower firewall, whatever you want to call them, all tickle tacked in. Rather than try to contort myself into a really awkward place to get them all fully welded, I'm just going to leave them for now. There's no danger of them going anywhere. They're tack welded every inch. And the bottom, all along the bottom, is all plug welded to the lower floor pan. So whatever, it's not going to move around on us now. So yeah, just to make things easier and to get ready for the next step, we're going to have to remove all this front bracing here. It's all in the way because the next step is to reconstruct all of this, and all of that welds to here, which means that the braces are now in the way. So we're just going to have to cut them out. There's not really anything we can do there. Hopefully there's enough structure in here now that it's not going to move anymore. So they're not really doing much. The only concern, I guess, is our uprights in the middle here. But I think considering this is all one piece, the firewall is welded in now, I think it'll be okay. It's not like we're going down the road like that or anything. All right, well, I don't think anything actually even jumped when we cut the braces out, so that's promising. Door still closes, kind of. Not any worse than it did before, so I was gonna start on the construction of this, but I'm thinking it might be kind of smart, just for my own safety and well-being, to fabricate the transmission cover, because I can totally see myself stepping into the abyss there and snapping an ankle or something. So you know how it is. Longtime viewers of the channel will know safety never takes a holiday around here. So let's just fabricate up that real quick and then worry about the rest of it later. And there you have it. It's just a simple, wholesome transmission cover there. Nothing too crazy there, but it looks like it'll get the job done. At the end of the day, it's either just going to be getting covered in carpet or surface rust when I abandon this project and dump it outside. So either way, it doesn't need to be all that great. It just needs to cover up the hole. The thing I like the most about it, though, is that it's safe. You know, there's no more risk of falling through here. But just to be sure, we better test it out. it's good.
Okay, well, next step here is to bridge cross here with some sort of structural membrane that is superior to what is currently here, which is absolutely nothing. So I think we're gonna do the same thing to both sides. Similar situation over here, but we'll only cut out one side at a time just for the sake of only cutting out one side at a time.
Just wanted to interrupt this shocking and dramatic video here to let everyone know that we will be doing a short live stream on Sunday, December 17th at noon Central Standard Time in Saskatchewan. So we had some confusion last time as to what the time was going to be. Well, just Google Saskatchewan time and noon Saskatchewan time, Sunday, December 17th. So you've been warned. Feel free to stop by and ask any questions or just heckle me or air your grievances. Whatever you want to do, we'll go on for about an hour or so. And yeah, just thought I'd let you know. Now back to the cutting and welding and stuff that you're actually here to see. Well, there it is. I don't know what to say, but there it is. Yep. Got this all in here now. It's the most structure this cab's had in it probably in a long time. Obviously, we still gotta fully weld all this. Not gonna worry about that right now. It's not gonna move around on us, and I'll just wait until the engine is out and the cab is pulled off, so I got lots of room to weld it from the outside or inside or wherever I feel like welding it at that present moment. Also got to drill larger holes for the pedals and the little dimmer switch doodad there, so that'll be up and coming. Unfortunately, we did we didn't save as much money as we thought we were going to, so the total for this came out to about $49,500 to do the floors and the inner cowl panels and this little piece right here, which cost quite a bit extra. That was, of course, consultation fees and what have you. The whole cardboard-aided design, we had to get that all printed up for us. So, but whatever, we got the job done, so no big deal. Pretty pumped to see all this back in, all very strong. Door's still functioning as required. What else do we got next? Oh yeah, we gotta take a look at the outside here. Look at that, wow. Obviously there's a lot of stuff that has to go on here still, so we're not out of the woods yet, but we are for now. Next step is we have to section this area to match the rest of the cab, so bring this up, and all this will eventually be getting remade as well, but not at the moment. So that's next. Then we got to start prepping to cut the roof. Everybody wants to see that, but I wanted to get all of the structure back in, or not all of it, but a good amount of it back in before we start cutting the roof, because once I cut the roof, it's going to get awful cramped inside here, so I don't want to be doing major fabrication in here in a little like hermit den or whatever. So this is a little bit more of an open air arrangement right now, which works a lot better for getting this done. It's not as glorious as cutting the roof off and welding it back on, but it saves us a lot of time later on. Look at that, hey? That's pretty nice, huh? Yeah, but the packaging is better, right? Yeah. So you can see we got a nice little package there in the mail. I was feeling greedy, and I decided to buy myself a Christmas gift for me, or I guess you, because it might help make some of the videos go faster, or we'd be able to build things faster. So I bought this, I think he calls it the Mother Tucker hammer. It's made by Carl Fisher. I don't know the guy, but I think he's on YouTube or something. And really quite, just first impressions here is, you know, you can really beat the crap out of somebody with this thing. So I like that. And it's actually really well made. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's better than what I was expecting. And you know, I knew it was going to be good, but this is, you know, pretty well made. So yeah, feels nicely weighted. I've used this one, you've seen me before. There's like no weight to this at all. Like you really gotta use all your arm and just bam, bam. You know, your arm gets, and you know, it kind of does this, flops around like a limp fish out of water. So yeah, it does work, but you know, you definitely feel it. And this, you know, you could beat a piece of metal all day with this thing and not even feel it, or like beat, you know, somebody that owes you money or something, bust their kneecaps with this. So I guess we'll give it a try here on a piece of metal and see what it'll do. See if it's actually good at hammering as well. This comes with like the Princess Auto metal banger set or whatever they call it. They probably still sell this as some kind of wooden mallet or something. And it's like not a real hardwood. You can see it doesn't even get used all that much, and it's already like pretty well destroyed. So again, not very weighted all that great, but we'll just see if this thing here, I got a piece of metal and a sandbag, and I thought it'd be interesting to see if this is worth it or not. You know, is it actually any good? Looks pretty good, feels pretty good. Let's see what it does to metal. That's not a real hard swing. It's just basically letting the hammer do the work for us, which I guess that's what they're supposed to do. Now we'll try our little Eastwood guy here. Guess it works. This thing here. Yeah. It's got some thrust to it. Yeah. I don't think there's any aren't really any contests there, I don't think. You know, you can definitely get some mumps or whatever you want to call them in there with this thing. I think this works better than the wooden one, but you really got to wail on it with this thing. That's always what I found, is your arm gets sore pretty fast. Like you're just absolutely, you know, your arm is doing the work, not the hammer. So this thing, I would barely even, you know, putting any force into it at all, and it put some pretty decent lumps in there, so you could do a lot more shaping quite a bit quicker, or do tuck shrinks, which I believe is why they call it the Mother Tucker. Whatever alien plastic this is, it actually, you know, you can actually compress that tuck without introducing a bunch of extra stretch into the metal. So that's certainly going to help, you know, and work better than the process I've used in the past, which is basically just a ball peen hammer and an old tree stump for doing that sort of thing. So this will definitely help make the tucks more effective, and I think I'm definitely looking forward to using it and you know, putting some miles on it. It looks like it's built sturdy enough where it'll outlast me and probably all my other tools. I can't see this. Well, I know for a fact that this doesn't really work all that well for tuck shrinks. It just doesn't have enough power to actually compress metal. So yeah. This is better. I can see already that this is a fine piece of equipment. So I guess if any of you want one, then you should probably buy one. I also bought this radius gauge from the same Carl Fisher fellow, and I don't have any particular use for this right now, but you know, eventually I'd like to get a handheld. Well, I need to get a handheld planishing hammer and an air compressor and a bunch of other tools. So what this does is it just tells you basically the radius of whatever panel, you know, you're trying to shape or trying to build or whatever, and then you know what die to use in your planishing hammer. So pretty handy piece of equipment there for something that I'll eventually need someday. And I just figured I should probably, you know, if you like look at this thing, like just how nicely it's made, I thought, well, I should probably buy this just for that alone. So definitely impressed with this as well. This thing's like machined to like razor sharp tolerances. Like you could like slit somebody's throat open or something with this thing if you really got swinging with it. So now officially the two nicest pieces of equipment that I actually own. So now it actually looks like I know what I'm doing. That's how you you know, make people think you know what you're doing. You buy nice tools and then you know, use them occasionally, but mostly just let them sit in the background where they're visible and people say, oh yeah, that guy's got his act together. You know, you judge somebody on their competence based on the organization of their floor and the state of their shoes. Oh, these are actually my good shoes. Well, the state of their pants and their jacket, you know. Yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Look at him. He's wearing dirty clothes and they're full of holes. What a loser. Anyways, I don't know what the heck the point of any of this was, but definitely I don't have much use for either of these things at the current moment, but they will come into play in the future. I have no doubt about that. And you know, it's good to support a local Canadian business. You know, somebody's going out of their way to build things and sell them here in Canada. Probably support the heck out of that. So got no complaints here. Hey, thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to everyone who's been supporting the show through watching these videos and liking and commenting and sharing and all that crap. And special thanks to everyone who's been sending me in donations. I really do appreciate that. And as usual, a huge shout out to all of our patrons of the show who've been supporting the show on a monthly basis. And all that really helps me to continue making these videos for you. So we'll be back next week or sometime in the future working on the chicken truck, getting ready to start chopping up the top on this thing. So I'll shut up now.